Hello guys, so this is part 2 of specimen paper for examination from 2020, paper 2. So in the first part I have covered question 1 to 16. So in this we'll start from question number 17. So see question number 17, it's here. Calculate the area of this trapezium. You are given this trapezium here, need to find out the area of the trapezium. So first we can write down the formula of area of trapezium. So as you know that area of trapezium is half A plus B times H. A is this side AB and B is this 8 centimeter and 12 centimeter. We have two sides and we need the perpendicular height, this height, and we are not given this. So we will find out the way to find out this height. So we can just drop down a perpendicular here. Let's take any point, we can give this as name E. So as you can see, this is a right angle triangle. So this full length AB is 12 centimeter and from A to E this will be 8 from here. So that means this remaining length will be 4 centimeters. So we can use Pythagoras theorem for this here. By Pythagoras theorem we have hypotenuse square is equal to base squared plus height or perpendicular square. Perpendicular squared. So hypotenuse here it is 8 squared, base we have 4. Let's say this is H, height that we want to find it out. So 8 square is 64 and this is 16 plus H squared. So 64 minus 16, this is H squared. So when you subtract this comes out to be 48 H squared. So H will be square root of 48. So you can use calculator. This value comes out to be 6.92. So now we can use this value of H for to find out the area. So this is half A. A is 12 centimeters. Then B is 8 and height we just calculated this one which is 6.92. So 1 over 2 times 12 plus this is 20 times 6.92. So this is times 10. So it's coming out to be 69.2 centimeters squared. So three significant figures. 69.2 is the final answer of this question. Question 18. Shade the region in each of the Venn diagrams. You can see there are two Venn diagrams here. So we'll do first the first part. We have A dash union B. So we can do step by step like we have here in the first one. So let's say we have this A, this is A, this is B. So we need A dash. A dash is A complement. So that means leaving this part of A, the remaining part, all this part except A. So just leave this area and then shade the other one. Okay. Then we have B. So we can have like this is A and this is B. B is now this one. Okay, so this is B. So now we need union of these two, this and the other one. So that means, so we are just leaving this part. So this part is shaded in B. So that means we are shading this B and the outer part of A. So it's very easy when you do it into parts to avoid any kind of confusion. So just leaving this part. So this is A dash union B. Similarly, we can do part B. So we have 3 sets here, D, E and F. Let's draw these diagrams here first. So this is D, E and F. So this is D, this is E and this is F. So the first one is D intersection E. So D intersection E is this part and the complement. So that means we are going to shade the complement. So we have here D intersection E, sorry, it's intersection E and complement. Now you see D intersection E is this part, common part of D and E. So we need, except this, don't need this one, the complement. The complement means the outer part, leaving that only. So we have left this part. Okay, so this is D intersection E complement. Now next we have F. So F is this is D, E and this is F. Okay, so F is like this part. F is this one. I hope you can see it clearly. So this is F and we need intersection. That means sorry, again I don't know why I'm putting A. Intersection D, A, D intersection E, complement of that, and intersection of the F. So the common part of F and this, the shaded part, you can compare. This is the shaded part and this is shaded part. Which one is the common part here? So we can see this part is common here and then plus this F part is common, leaving this one because we are taking this this is not included. So leaving this part and then taking part of F. So that means to say we have this part here, the shaded one, this one. Let me shade it with the pen. This. So this is the common part of both. So that's it for this question. Okay, so question 19. Use a calculator to find the decimal value of this number which is given to us. So we need to use calculator for this. Let me show you. So we have here square root. You need to put bracket here. Square root, then 29 minus 3 times 32 raised to power 0.4 bracket close, and then this answer divided by 3. So this is 1.37436 like this, but we need answers to 3 significant figures. So our final answer will be 1.37. Now question number 20. Write the recurring decimal of 0.32. You can see there is dot only on 2 as a fraction. So you must show all your working. Okay. So let's say we have this is x equals to 0.3. So it is 2, 2, 2 because 2 is repeating here only. So now we are going to multiply this number by something so that we can have same thing on the right hand side. So let's multiply this by 10. So when you multiply this 10, we will multiply on both sides. So this is 10x and this decimal will shift here. So it will become 3.22 like this. So now we need to subtract it. When you subtract it, we can write these two equations again here. I'm writing this again, it will be easy. 10x is 3.22. Then I'm writing this one here, x 0.322 like this. So when you subtract this, both sides, 10 minus 1, this is 9x, and this is 0, 0, 0. This will be 29. That means 2.9. So x is 2.9 over 9, and this can be written as 29 over 90. So that is the answer. Okay, so question 21. The diagram A, B, C, D, E and E are 6 graphs of different functions. You can see there are 6 graphs here. Okay, so the question is, complete the table to identify the correct graph for each function. One has been done for you. So first one is done for us. So we can see here, if you compare the equations, this is a straight line which is done from here. The E part is done. So second, this is also a straight line. This will be a curved graph because there is x squared, and this is also a graph of the curve because x is in the denominator. So we will start one by one. Let's say this one here. This y can be written as 1 over 3x plus 1. So if you see, if you compare this with the y equals to mx plus c, so you can see slope is here negative, which is 1 over 3. So slope is negative. So that means if slope is negative, so line will go downward. So that means, so we can see here this E was done here, this line is going downward. So that means answer of this will be A. Now the second one is this one, y equals to 2x squared. So y is 2x squared. So if x is 0, so you can see it passes through 0, 0. If x is 0, so y is 0. So that means the curve is passing through 0, 0. As you can see, this is parabola. So we have 2 graphs of parabola here. So out of this one is passing through 0. So this will be part C. Now this is done. So this cannot be the answer of the next one because this is parabola. So we have 2 options left, D and F. Out of D and F, now we want to see which one will go for this equation. So y is equal to negative 4 over x. So we can see if x is 1, so I'm just taking simple value. If x is 1, then y will be negative 4. Okay, so if x is 1, you can see here, if x is 1 in this case, so y is negative 4, but our graph is upward. So this option is gone. So here we can see if x is 1 somewhere here, the graph is in the negative axis. So that means this D will be our next answer. So this is how you can figure them out one by one. Question 22. A soccer team plays 2 matches. The tree diagram shows the probability of team winning or losing the matches. So you can see first match here, second match here, and we are given the probabilities. The question is, find the probability that the soccer team wins at least one of the 2 matches. So we can include maximum as many, like maybe twice, but minimum at least once. So we can see which route we can follow. From here, 1, win and win. So this one, then second again this one, win, and then second lose, but at least once is there. So then we have here lose and win. So we are going to follow these 3 parts. So the first one is 1 over 3 times 3 over 4. plus again 1 over 3 times 1 over 4. Then next one is 2 over 3 times 2 over 3 times 3 over 4. So we can simplify this now if possible. This is gone, so we are left with here 4, and this will be 1 over 12, and this is gone, 1 2, so it is 1 over 2. So if you take LCM, it's 12 3 1 6, so 10 over 12, that means 5 over 6 is our final answer in this. Question 23. AB is an arc of circle, center O, radius 9 centimeter. The length of arc is 6 pi. The area of sector is k pi. Find the value of k. Okay, so let's start. So we are given length of arc. So length of arc AB is theta over 360 times 2 pi r, and this is given to us as 6 pi. So I am writing it as it is. So theta we do not know, we can write down as it is, over 360 times 2 pi times r. R is 9 centimeters equals to 6 pi. So from here theta will be 6 pi times 360 over 2 pi times 9. This and this is gone. 9 times 4, 2 times 3, 120 degrees. So we got theta 120. So you can do these calculations by calculator directly. So we are done with this. So second thing, we are given the area of the sector. Area of the sector is, area of sector formula is theta over 360 times pi r squared. So we have now theta, which is 120 degrees over 360 times pi r squared. Pi r is 9 squared, and this area is given to us as k pi. So this is given here k pi, so we can write down it as k pi. So now we need the value of k. So from here you can see, if you simplify, k will be 120 over 360 times pi times 81 here over this pi. Shift it to other side. So pi and pi is cancelled. So this times 3 times 27. So k is 27. Question 24. These box and whisker plots show the monthly electricity cost for 100 different households who use electro company or spark company. So here is electro company and here it is spark company. So you can see the box and whisker plot here. So the question is, Tom says that the monthly cost with electro company are lower and very less with the spark company. Is Tom correct? Justify your answer with reference to the box and whisker plots. So you can see there are two questions here. Tom says that monthly cost with electro company are lower and varies less than with the spark company. So we will go one by one to check this. So the first thing is the monthly cost with electro company. Let's say monthly cost. So as you can see here in the electro company, monthly cost, median is here. This will give us the monthly cost for the electro company, which is about this will be 50 here in the middle. So here median is approximately this is 50 and this is 52. So median here it is 52 for this, and for the Spark company the median is 42, 44, it is 46. So you can see that Spark company is cheaper, and so the cost is cheaper in Spark company. So but Tom is saying that monthly cost with Electro company is lower, so we can say Tom is wrong here, as median is greater, for Electro company. So Spark company is cheaper. Spark company is cheaper as compared to the Electro company. Now the second part, he said like monthly cost varies less. He said varies less than the Spark company. So if we see the interquartile range of the Electro company, interquartile range, this is for Electro company is smaller, and this interquartile range, this is bigger. And so we can say that Tom is right in here. So Tom is right to compare the variation as interquartile range of Spark company is greater than Electro company. So you can see we cannot say he is totally wrong or he is totally right. So there were 2 points. In one he is wrong, in the second one he is right. The first one we are comparing the median, and in the second we are comparing the question 25. Find the turning point of y equals to x squared plus 4x minus 3 by completing the square. Now we have to use the method completing the square. So I'm taking the right hand side here first. Now x squared plus 4x minus 3. So you know when we complete the square, so we take half the square of x and square. So we add and subtract the same. That means add and subtract half of the square of x. So this will become x squared plus 4x. Half of 4 is, it is 2. 2 squared add and 2 square subtract, and minus 3 is already there. So what we did this here. So because we have added and subtracted the same, so there is no effect on the actual equation. So if we combine these three from here to here, so this will give you x plus 2 whole squared and minus 4 minus 3. So this x minus 2 whole square, we are using here the formula of this formula I have used here, a square plus 2ab plus b squared. Okay, so we have here x plus 2 whole squared minus 7, but this is equal to y. All these are y. So our y is this. So but we need the coordinates. So if this is plus 2, so what will be the turning point? Turning point will be minus 2 and 7. You can just change the signs of these two numbers here to get the turning point. Question number 26. You can see this circle here with some angles. So A, B, C and D are points on the circumference of the circle. The line XY is a tangent. This is line XY here to the circle at A. Find the value of X, giving a reason for your answer. So X, let's say where is this X here? X is here. You can see this is point of contact of the tangent and this angle is here. And at this is the chord in the circle at the same point. So this angle X will be equal to 55 degrees because this angle, because X is in the alternate segment. So we have applied alternate segment theorem here. Part B, find the value of Y, giving a reason. So value of Y, if you see this quadrilateral, this is inside the circle and this is the inscribed quadrilateral. So sum of the opposite angles will be 180. So if the sum Y plus 65 will be 180, because the sum of opposite angles of a quadrilateral is 180 degrees. So 180 minus 65, so this angle will be 115 degrees. Question 27. Simplify 27x power 6 then whole power 1 over 3. So we can do step by step. So as you know, like this 1 over 3 which is outside the bracket, it should be with everyone whatever is there in the bracket. So 27 power 1 over 3 times x, 6 times 1 over 3. So this 27 can be written as 3 cubed 1 over 3 times x, this is cancelled here, so x squared, and this 3 and 3 is gone, so you are left with the 3x squared. So final answer is 3x squared. So now the next one, find the value of this whatever is given here us. We can do this step by step. Power 4, 0.5 is half times 4, x is negative 2, so that means times 1 over x squared. Fine. So now this 2 belongs to everything whatever is there inside, 64 power half, and then x power 4 times half times 4 times 1 over x squared. So this can be written as 8 squared times 1 over 2 x, this is cancelled, x squared. This can be 4 over x squared, we can write it down. So you can see this x squared and x squared is cancelled and this 2 is cancelled. So slowly you can see you are left with 8 and 4. 8 times 4 is 32. So final answer is 32. So these kind of questions you should do step by step. Question 28. Solve the simultaneous equation. You must show all your working. So we have two equations here. So if you look at these equations, this is y equals to something, this is also y equals to something. So both are equal to y. So that means left hand side is equal to the right hand side. So that means, let's say this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. So from 1 we have y is equal to 5x squared plus 4x minus 19. So this y can be replaced with the 4x plus 1. So this is 4x plus 1, 5x squared plus 4x minus 19. So why we did that? We have written this from equation 2. Okay, so now shift the variables to one side. So 5x squared plus 4x minus 19, bring 4x this way, minus 1, this is equal to 0. So this 4x and 4x is 0. So 5x squared, so 19, negative 19 and negative 1, it's 20 is 0. So 5x squared is equal to 20. So x squared will be 20 over 5, which is 4. So x will be plus minus 2. Okay. So when x is plus minus 2, we can use second equation. From 2 we have y is equal to 4x plus 1. So we can make two sections here when x is equal to 2 and when x is equal to minus 2. So when x is 2, so we have two values here. So when x is 2, y is 4 times 2 plus 1, which is 8, plus 1, which is 9. So y is 9 this way. And here y will be 4 times minus 1, which is negative 8, negative 7. So this is how you can complete this question. Okay, so that's the end of this paper. I hope you understood everything. If there is anything you yet need to explain, you can write in comment section. Please like, share and subscribe the channel. Share with your friends. Thanks for watching.